my other computer like sounds like it's like a jet taking off, so let me know if you get any feedback like that on this, you guys. Okay, so I think I got camera 1, I got camera 2. We are going to get started. I'm going to read the little synopsis here first of like the symbology of the Doomsday Clock. Hopefully I can read it. Publisher's note: the Doomsday Clock is a symbol that was created in 1947. So basically the Doomsday Clock is I think it's a symbol that they were using to designate how close the world was to like disaster and nuclear warfare. And so 1 minute to midnight would mean, that you're that close to destruction, right? So, oh my gosh, this is really hard to read with this writing. I will come back to this and read this when I have my glasses on. So I'm going to see how far I can get with my contacts and this light specifically on me, because it looks all fancy, but like for me, oh, actually, let's do a live synopsis of what's going on here, and then I will read from that point on because we've already gone through this before. So this is Doomsday Clock Part 2. Dr. Manhattan has come to the DC universe in order to meddle. Like, no one really knows his motivations at this point, but it's becoming a little bit clearer as we go. So what has happened so far is that they have this cat, Bubastis. And Bubastis, if you know the Watchmen TV show, Bubastis, I think, was he in the movie too? I forget. But regardless, he was the cat who got trapped in with Dr. Manhattan when Ozymandias was trying to disintegrate him, right? So, yeah, so Ozzy tried to disintegrate Dr. Manhattan. This cat was trapped in there and was like disintegrated. And like, I think this is like a remnant of that or related to that in some way. So it's linked to Dr. Manhattan. It's that scene where you get that quote where Dr. Manhattan says, "Oh, Ozzy, the first trick that I ever learned, or the first thing I ever learned as Dr. Manhattan, is how to pull myself back together again after like blasting apart." So pulling himself back together again is the first trick in the book that Dr. Manhattan did, and so he was able to do that. And so this cat's linked to that. So what Ozzy and team are using it for is as a way to get Dr. Manhattan to come to them. So like a beacon to call him, like, hey, like a bat signal. Hey, Dr. Manhattan, come talk to us. Dr. Manhattan is going in here, and this first scene here is talking about the Green Lantern and about how he moves the Green Lantern just out of the way a small tiny bit so that that Green Lantern won't activate. Why? I don't know. It's just Dr. Manhattan's motivations are not clear at this point. He's very intrigued with Superman, and he's almost like experimenting with the Watchmen universe to push and pull it to see how it works, right? We also have Rorschach, who's not the Rorschach that we know. If you remember in the movie The Psychiatrist, his son is basically, yeah, his son becomes in your Rorschach, but it's based on a lie. And then we've also come to a point where Ozzy has told Rorschach that he has cancer, and then Dr. Manhattan looks at Ozzy and goes like, Adrian does not have cancer. And Rorschach's like, but you do. And then Rorschach asks Ozzy, like, well, why would you lie about something like that to me? And Ozzy's like, well, oh yes, he doesn't think like people. And Ozzy uses this to his advantage, right? Because Dr. Manhattan wouldn't conceive of like liars, right? I don't know if you guys have watched was it Three Body Problem, that sci-fi show. It was based on a book, and the Trisolarians or the aliens are like, wait a minute, you guys lie, and it like throws them off, right? So Ozzy uses this whole idea that he can misrepresent himself to his advantage. And yes, John doesn't think of time or space, and like Joker has also captured the comedian who's alive in this timeline. Love that. Yeah, yeah. So, what was it? Yes, yes, yes. Joker has also captured the comedian who's alive in this timeline for whatever reason, because what is time? So they've grabbed him from this particular timeline, and so Joker is like torturing him, and um, comedian's like, okay, listen, I don't know where the heck in time Dr. Manhattan could be. Who knows? But then there's a conflict before the events of this book. Batman puts Rorschach in Arkham Asylum, and then apologizes later because Rorschach comes out and teams up with Saturn Girl and a few others to get the comedian out, but more importantly, to find Dr. Manhattan and figure out why the heck he's meddling so much in this particular universe. There's also something to bear in mind. Maybe we should start from Blind Spot. No, we already started. We already went here. Yes. So, the comedian, we had Dr. Manhattan show up. I think I had that in a clip. And Joker be like, "You're really naked." Oh, can I do 360? Oh, I should. I do have a 360 camera. I should do that next time. This is a live recording, so that I have another camera that's capturing like a bigger screen of what you're seeing. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog snoring in the background, but he's there if you can hear him. So they call Dr. Manhattan. They finally get him to appear, and look at this crazy symbology with the checkerboard. Like even in the beginning, Dr. Manhattan's like, I'm gonna step off Mars and onto the checkerboard. So this like almost like a symbol of like the game of life, haha, and the game that we're in. So he steps down, but once he's here, Joker's like, oh my gosh, put on some clothes. And Dr. Manhattan just like walking around with his like blue glowing dong everywhere. But he creates a magic circle. He brings specifically Ozzy and team into his world. He explains to these mimes, we don't know his reasons yet, but he's told them he's saved their daughter, their child. So they have a daughter and a son, but they've saved the son. I haven't seen the latest Deadpool yet. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. The recent stuff I haven't been able to keep. I've been busy trying to like hunt down old comic books. I'll show you guys a little bit of my Silver Snail haul. So let me just figure out where we're going to start from. Let me make sure this is okay. That's recording still. Perfect. So here is where we should go. Yeah. So here is where we Ozzy has that confrontation with Rorschach, which I told you, where like Rorschach, why did you lie to me about having cancer? And he's like, because I needed you to do what I wanted. And I think that's where we left off. Oh my gosh, this is very, very hard for me to read. So I'm gonna put my glasses on, you guys, so I can read this properly to you. Okay, let's see here. Am I DC or Marvel more? Oh, I don't really know. I can't pick between the two of them. I think it depends on what storyline we're working with right now. I'm recording so that like I have like the read afterwards so that you can get it without the live. So I'm gonna actually, let me just stop this.